Hi guys, it's Kari here, and I was trying to find a quiet spot so I could really get into a zone with this message, and it's honestly not very easy to find space to be alone in my area right now, and it's very frustrating because I'm so sensitive to people being near me. So like, I had pulled into the parking lot and I considered making it in my car, but there were other cars, and I just don't like people even watching me in my car. So I found this like little softball or baseball dugout thing, and it's kind of nice because it has a shaded roof, so it's blocking the sun, and feels kind of cozy and private. So I think this is going to be the spot. So today I'm making a video. It's going to be an Ascension update, but it's also in response to William's comment on my last video about the August 15th full moon, leave them behind. So if you want to go and actually read what he said, go to that video. It was my last one, and scroll down and you'll see it'll say William, and read his comment. So the first thing I want to address is he had asked if I'm from the South originally, because he detected a Southern accent in my voice, which many people do. I'm actually from Indiana, so I think living in Indiana, you probably get a little bit of something maybe. I'm really not sure because I only lived in Indiana until I was 16, and then I moved to Tennessee, so there's probably some Tennessee in there. And then I've also lived in North Carolina, Kentucky, Ohio, Hawaii, and Vegas, and Illinois. So I don't know, honey. I think it's a conglomeration of every place I've lived. And then when I'm in Hawaii, I pick up a little bit of the pronunciation of stuff there. And so, you know, I don't know. But yes, many people tell me that I have a little bit of a Southern accent, and I think it's cool. I like it. It doesn't bother me. I think it makes me more approachable. So okay, going into your comment, you had made the comment that you felt like you were so expecting like a flash of light or like aliens to land or something at the Lionsgate portal. And then you said, I realize, we have to be patient, 5D is on the way and all this. And so I appreciate your honesty. Trust me, I feel the same so many times, but that's really not how this process works. So when I posted my video before the last one, I think that said the Lionsgate last portal to freedom, what I was saying or meaning by that was, hopefully that is the last dispensation of higher energy that we need that came through the portal in order to shake loose the rest of the crumbling 3D circus. Okay, so and if that isn't the last of it, then for me, I'm gonna definitely say that the solstice, December 21st, the winter solstice, that should be more than enough to crumble the rest of these old archaic systems. Okay. And by the way, William, they are breaking down. They are breaking down. You may not be able to see everything that's happening, but there's a lot breaking down behind the scenes. Okay, the forces of light are becoming the powerful, the ones with the power on this planet, including us. Okay, Anybody who's of the light, who's living in the light. And what do I mean by living in the light? Well, living in the light, just being love, wanting love to be the, wanting love to be the predominant structure that all society is built upon, okay? And I don't mean some hokey form of like love, like, oh yeah, just love everybody, this hippy dippy thing. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, love, the actual power, the force, the energy of love. The energy of love respects and upholds life, all life forms, okay? Animals, plants, people. The energy of love does what is best for the whole. It's not just about the individual anymore. Okay, so that's the age that we're coming into, the golden age here on the planet. And so these systems, they are breaking down, okay? And this energy, you have to realize it first comes in, and it first is on the etheric plane, okay? So the unseen. And then as it begins to absorb and penetrate all matter, everything physical, it starts to change things from the inside out, okay? Including all structures, everything that is here on this planet is being affected by these energies, okay? So since the Lion's Gate, I have definitely noticed people saying things that they don't normally say, okay? I have had clients saying things where you just know, like, hey, they're actually more aware and awake of what's going on than they were just, a couple weeks ago. So I'm sure, William, if you think about it, you are seeing that. I'm not saying you're seeing it every day or every hour, but as we oscillate back to the higher frequencies, we're oscillating right now as we're cleansing the dross. We're still cleansing the dross of some of these lower structures, but then we also have time periods where we're on a higher level, and when we're on the higher level, that is when you start to notice, or at least I start to notice really the massive progress that we're making, okay? So don't discount that when you have a moment. It could just be like you're in the grocery store and everything is feeling really high vibrational and everybody's super nice and things are just flowing, okay? Don't discount that as progress. That is progress, and we're heading towards being able to hold that permanently, okay? Collectively and permanently. So it's not going to happen all at once. I never said it was going to happen all at once. I've always maintained that it is a process, and in fact, I have said that there are a lot of people that they go back to the 3D circus because they can't handle the fact that this is a process, and they can't commit their they can't align fully their lives and intentions because they don't see things happening fast enough. Therefore, they doubt and they go back down, okay? And some of them come back, like my friend Neil, and some of them don't. So this is something that I'm 100% committed to. There is no other path for me. There is no other path for me because my life has been turned upside down too many times when I've tried to do anything else with it except for be a messenger of the light, okay? That just tells me right there, my soul is not going to let me out of my duties. My soul's not going to let me out of my mission. I've stopped trying to get out of it, okay? I've surrendered myself to it. And that's probably what everybody needs to do, is just realize that if you're on this path, okay, this is the highest reality that you came here to create, and just surrender to it, okay? Just know your life may not look like most people's around you, and that's okay, because like I said in my last video, you're here for you. You're here for you. You're also here for others, but primarily you're here for you. So don't worry if your life doesn't look like other people's, okay? I'm going to be 38 at the end of this month. And my life looks drastically different from most people in my age group, okay? For one thing, I don't think I look 38. People tell me this all the time. They're like, I would seriously, if I didn't know anything about you and I just met you, I could think that easily that you were in like your 20s. Okay, a lot of this has to do with me not getting entrapped in a 3D life. Okay, that's really what I think it is. Of course, I think some of it is the fact that I am vegan. I do try to eat organic fruits and vegetables as much as I can. My diet is not perfect. Like, I go to Starbucks, I get vegan stuff at Starbucks that has tons of sugar in it. I drink coffee, okay? I use THC is legal here in Las Vegas, and I go and get THC drops sometimes. I like wine. It's not like my diet and my lifestyle is 100% healthy, okay? But I try to really drink very good water, which is an alkaline water that I buy here, and it has added minerals in it. And I really am very adamant about you have to find good water, okay? You have to find good water if you want to look good and feel good. It's so important. Beyond that, I really don't use any medications. I don't use antibiotics. I use colloidal silver for everything that you would need an antibiotic for, okay? This is a little much for my male audience, but I don't use tampons because I guess if you use the organic cotton ones, you're probably okay, but I don't like them. I don't want to risk there being any chemicals or anything on them. So I use a menstrual cup, okay? So lots of little things I've done in my life that I feel like have helped me to look younger than I am. And it's also my consciousness, okay? My consciousness is one of that aging doesn't need to be my truth, that I can pause my age wherever I would like it and even reverse it, okay? That's how I believe. And if you believe that way, then your cells respond to your beliefs, okay? So I feel like I look younger now than I did in some of my 20s because I had a lot more stress at that time. I didn't have as much money, right? So I was eating things that were just convenient, and I wasn't exercising as much as I am now or taking my health as serious as I do now. So there you go. So I guess I said all that to also say back to what I was talking about, which is not getting entrapped in a 3D life, okay? So I don't have any kids. I don't have any kids, so that definitely I think saves me probably a lot of stress and a lot of having to do so many 3D things, right, for them or involved in those things. So I think that's got to be part of it. Plus, when you don't have kids, you don't feel like, oh, I got to dress like a mom now. You know what I mean? You just dress like you've always dressed. I hope this is making sense. You just dress like how you've always dressed. Like I would probably have worn this. Gosh, I don't know why my screen goes dark like that, guys, but like I would have probably worn something like this when I was 18. You know what I'm saying? My dress code hasn't really changed that much because I'm like, oh, I'm almost 40. I have to dress a certain way. I don't, and you don't either. So not adopting 3D belief systems has been really, really important for me in my health and in my physical appearance. So shoot, I'm sorry guys, I'm losing track, but what I was gonna say, William, is don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because you know it is happening, okay? It is happening. And nobody knows the exact hour that this solar flash event is going to take place, okay? It depends, and it has always depended on us reaching a certain point of collective consciousness, okay? And when that point is reached, we will have no choice. There will be no choice. It is physics, okay? We will have to push through the threshold, because our energy will dictate our dimension, our dimensional reality. Does that make sense? So, I mean, I don't think you can deny, William, that tons of things have shifted in the last couple weeks. I mean, I've made so many internal shifts. Some of them have been super freaking hard. I've had to walk away from things that still weren't that healthy for me, even though I thought at one point they were. But it's like all the veils are coming off, right? And I'm throwing away a lot of stuff, getting rid of a lot more stuff. I just want my life to be really simple as far as the things that I have. I never had a lot to begin with, but I still feel like it's too much. So I'm going through and like purging. You know, I don't hang out with a lot of people in person right now. I have just a very small few people that I do anything with, and every time I think, oh, maybe I'll mingle and make some new friends, I also think, wow, I don't want to feel obligated. I can't. What if an energy wave hits me and I don't feel like doing, or I don't feel like seeing anybody for like 3 days? You know, I don't even want to start those things because I don't want to feel obligated. So I'm just kind of hanging out and working, obviously, but beyond that, and the things that I have to do, and taking care of my dogs and cleaning and maintaining myself hygiene wise, I'm kind of just hanging out. I'm trying to just surrender to this and let the energies carry me on to the next thing and the next thing that I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so I hope that, and yes, it is extremely boring. You mentioned that in your comment, and I mentioned it as well in my last video. It is extremely boring because yes, we are ready. Our consciousness is ready for a much more higher level of living in existence. And let's just be honest, that's not going to happen until we can bust through this economic slavery. Okay, so that is one of the things you need to look for, is the economy crumbling. Okay, the economic collapse is very intimately tied to our liberation as becoming galactic beings again, becoming divine, merging with our divinity again. That's very, very instrumental in this. Why? Because people can't live a really spiritual existence when they're enslaved by work and having to pay for things that were supposed to be given to us freely, like energy and water and electricity and even food. People can't be free, you know, their whole lives are wrapped up into these jobs that they're doing. Their consciousness and focus is trapped in and these jobs, they've even gotten worse since when I was younger. Now it's really bad. There's just like, they've taken your focus and compartmentalized it into some really finite ways that really trap the consciousness. So I would say it would be better to find a way to do a job that you find enjoyable and fun, for sure, even if it doesn't make as much money. Some of you guys need to get more creative with your living situation. Okay, is there a friend that, or someone that you feel like you're on the same vibration with, that maybe you could you know, share a place with, so that your bills weren't so much, and then it would allow you to take a job that you maybe enjoy more but maybe doesn't make as much? Are there ways, could any of you give up a car for a while? Cars are so expensive. Is there any way to like were close to where you live and walk or take a bicycle or a bus or something. I mean, I know some of you are probably laughing because that's just out of the question for you. It's out of the question for me because I have dogs and I won't be without a vehicle in case, well, for one thing, because I enjoy taking them places because I don't have a lot of yard around me or grass, so I have to drive them to places for their exercise and enjoyment, but also because, you know, that's just something I'm not willing to go without in this town at least. So, but some people live in a different kind of city and it's very possible for them to go without a car and they don't have dogs or dependents. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you might have to get creative. I know I've had to get creative in my life in order to make certain things happen, to be more of a higher, to stay more in my higher frequency. And I'm, you know, and most of it's been for survival for me because there's just so many situations I cannot be in anymore, or it would probably cause me to get very sick. And I won't do that to myself. So, what else can I say, guys? There should be a lot happening globally this fall, I feel. A lot going on. So, just please, you know, the thing that we need to do most is visualize this. And I read somewhere that as we visualize this event, this wave of energy coming, washing over the earth, washing over us, and immediately in the blink of an eye raising the vibration higher than it's ever been on this planet. I mean, can you imagine? I get goosebumps just thinking about it. And that's what we need to be visualizing, because as we visualize it, we draw the reality of it to us. I'm probably going to be doing some meditations on my channel. There's a lot of directions I want to go. So if you get a video from me saying like about a natural cure or something, I hope you don't unsubscribe to me, because look, I'm multifaceted and I have a lot of purposes for this channel. I don't have the time or energy to start different channels for every single thing that I want to address. So yeah, you might not always get an Ascension video from me. I think I'm going to be doing one Sunday about cooking a vegan meal with my friend and showing people how you can make this really nice vegan meal that's on par with the best dinners I've ever had, and you can make it for your family. And I'm going to be making that and showing you guys that, probably posted early next week. So that's part of me too, and that's part of my channel, and that's part of this ascension, right? Like not having to depend on living beings anymore for nourishment. So bear with me, because you might get all kinds of things from me. It might not be an ascension video every time, okay? So I think that's it for now, William. But this and other viewers, this energy is settling. It's settling, and as it does, I have noticed there's been an upsurge in anxiety, hostility, that kind of thing. Okay, but I've also noticed like things are coming to the surface more with people. I've noticed some people like losing their shit at other people, or the tables being turned, or walking away from people suddenly, having this like fight and then walking away. And so sorry, I'm hearing again, it's like I'm the still point. I am the still point. I am the still point. But around me, I feel these things, you know, these chaotic things sometimes, and it's hard. But we have to find the still point. But yeah, a lot of shit is happening. So you guys comment on things that you've noticed since the Lion's Gate. Okay, I'm feeling much stronger overall, but I'm also feeling like, see what I mean? And like, I'm not comfortable with this really, because it's like they're egging this dog on, and it's big, and
come here, Rock.
like that. Hi. Oh boy. Hey, sweetheart. Oh man. Okay. Talk about, see? This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Hey, baby. You're so cute, baby. Hey, baby. Where's your daddy? You got somebody over there? It's okay. They're hanging out with me. Yeah, he needs to go around that way. Hi, baby. You need to go around that way. Good. I was just making a video and he decided to make a cameo.
He will do. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Rock, we good. Hey.
It's okay. It's okay. I have 3 dogs. He's probably smelling them on me. So, yeah.
He looked with me also.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Hi, baby.
Be good, boss. Be good.
Yeah, he's good. It's okay. I love animals, so he's okay.
He's been in the house for the last 3 weeks, and I'm trying to back up, but so the first day he got out.
Oh.
I'm sorry about that. Right there.
Oh boy, he's going nuts, huh?